passion for photographing wild animals can be a risky business. And I've had a few scares in my life. But my most nerve-wracking encounter would be when I faced the biggest venomous snake in the world, the king cobra. I know only too well what these snakes are capable of. I always prepare myself for the worst. When you do what I do, you have to be realistic about the dangers involved. I was on my way to India and the mountain forests of the western coast, one of the few remaining areas where king cobras can still be found in the wild. This was what I was looking for. The king cobra, the biggest venomous snake in the world. It feeds exclusively on other snakes. They inject their victims with a paralyzing nerve-acting venom from their enormous venom glands, and anti-venom is not always effective. To photograph one of these majestic snakes in the wild would be a dream come true, because for me, this is the king of snakes.
King cobra, I've always known from only one that I ever experienced in captivity, it's different. And when you look into its eyes, this is something you can't do with other snakes, there's a certain intelligence there which gives itself away. It calculates. It doesn't waste energy. It doesn't come and bang, bang and chase you around. It's just there. Go past me and I won't even pay any attention to you. Come near me and I'm going to kill you.
India is one of the few places in the world where snakes aren't only tolerated, they worship. The smaller cobras are snakes used by snake charmers. When on their guard, all cobras flatten their necks to create an impressive hood. But imagine if that hood was twice the span of my hand, standing 3 or 4 feet off the ground. That was the size of the snake I was looking for. I had pinpointed several areas of India's mountain forests that looked promising. This is where I would begin my search for the largest venomous snake in the world. I had timed my trip to be a few months before the monsoon rains, when king cobras were most likely to be out searching for mates. Statues honoring the cobra were everywhere in the forest, almost mocking me. I knew I was in prime habitat, but would the king of snakes reveal itself to me?
On the right, bit more on the right. Moving to the right, just wait, don't come yet. It's a king, it's a big king. It's definitely a king. Just hang on.
This was the biggest venomous snake I had ever seen.
This is totally awesome. To look into the eyes of a snake like this is just fantastic. He's just watching me. Obviously, if I mess around with him, I'm looking for trouble. He wants to move away. I would gauge that this is the most potentially dangerous snake in the whole world. Not that its venom is more toxic than, say, for instance, a mamba or other cobras. But when we see the size of this head, if that snake actually bit something, it would be able to inject a vast quantity of poison. It would be unbelievable. He's in so many ways the king of all snakes. Absolutely. I've dreamt my whole life about coming to actually face one of these. I never dreamt that he would actually stand for me. Absolutely fantastic. I'm going to try and stretch him out a bit to have a look, and I want to get some pictures if I can in a minute. I'm so excited I actually don't know what I should do first. I can't believe that I can actually work with a snake like this. I want to raise him up just to open him a bit to get an idea of his size. Look at this boy. Just want to open him up. I want to see how big he actually is, how long he is. That's a good boy. Look at that hood. Is this marvelous or what? Look at the snake. Look at the size of this. I can't get half of his body off the ground. Look at that. That is a big snake. That is the biggest venomous snake in the world. Nothing compares to this. Up he goes. One more time. Oh man, he's heavy. Look at that. Okay, I can't even do that. Look at that. He's stretched out. This is about 14 foot long, maybe 15. They could maybe get another meter longer, but not much. I'm very, very lucky. I'm incredibly lucky to find one this big. Look at this snake. I expected him to charge me and go for me. They've got a terrible reputation of being aggressive. But this guy just wants to get away. He's an old man. He says, I don't need this nonsense. He says, this guy must just leave me, let me go. Because if he doesn't, I'm going to kill him. That's for sure. That's it. Okay. Okay. There we go. He's just going to keep on. You can just see the intelligence in his eyes. He's calculating. It's a thinking snake. He wants to get away. He doesn't want to fight with me. But if he gets a chance, if I come too close, he's going to let me have it. The snake is so precious. He's so special.
I had completed my assignment. I had got photographs of the world and felt extremely honored. I had done it. I had found my snake. I had got my picture. But there was one more thing I dreamed of doing. I want to put my hand on its head. I had done this many times before with other species, like with the spectacled cobra. Snakes haven't got very good eyesight, and they haven't got external ears, so they pick up vibrations through the ground. So if you put your hand in front of the snake, and he looks at that movement, and he sees it, and you'll see, he goes exactly with the movement. Just like snake charmers use them to dance to the music. They have no ears, so they can't dance to music. They have the flute, and the flute is going like this. The snake goes like this. That's our dancing snake. Isn't that fantastic? Look how beautiful. Look how the taller he gets, the more of a bow he gets, the more of a sway he gets in his body. He just watches my hands. So this is our dancing cobra, no music included. Now all you do is keep his attention. Whoops, put your hand behind. You can also keep his attention like the cobras. But some cobras are more nervous than others, and you've got to be very careful about that. When I worked with that spitting cobra, so the minute I touched him, it was like that. He didn't like that at all. So I didn't do it again. I knew that not every snake could be tricked. I'd learned that the hard way.
I've been bitten, guys.
Now I was going to try it with the thinking snake, the king of snakes. This was my one and only chance to touch a king cobra on the head.
Wanted to do that all my life. I can't believe that you can actually place your hand on top of a king cobra.
But I hadn't fooled him. He knew exactly what I was doing. He